I slip out of the crowd and into an empty hallway. The silence hits me like a wave after all that noise. My heartbeat sounds too loud in the marble corridor. I lean against the wall, breathing in the cold air. The scent of perfume and champagne fades behind me. Memories rush in without asking for permission. Sunday dinner, 7 years ago, replaying like a film. Father at the head of the table, knife gleaming in light. I told him I wasn't applying to law school. His fork stopped midair, his jaw tightening. Cooking isn't a career, he said. It's a hobby, a distraction, not a profession. Mother smiled softly, the kind of smile that hurts. Your brother has real potential, she added. I remember my voice trembling but steady. I've been accepted into the Culinary Institute. The silence that followed was heavier than shouting. That silence never really ended, just stretched through years. Every success I earned since then met that same quiet. A medal from the academy. A newspaper feature on sustainable cuisine. They called me talented, but never enough for them. I wanted to believe time would soften their judgment. It didn't. It calcified, turned into habit. Even tonight, standing among crystal glasses and polite laughter. I'm still that girl defending her dream at the dinner table. My phone buzzes with a message from an old friend. Chef Marcus, my mentor, who once told me the truth. You don't need their approval. Your work speaks louder. I stare at his name glowing on the screen. He believed in me when no one else did. He saw the girl who stayed late to perfect a sauce. The one who burned her hands and kept cooking anyway. I whisper his words under my breath like a prayer. Your work speaks louder. I let that echo settle inside me. The sound of laughter spills from the ballroom again. My family's voices rise above the crowd, warm and polished. I imagine them, glasses raised, names dropped like medals. I used to ache to be part of that sound. Now I just want to stand tall in my own silence. I check my reflection in my phone screen. Mascara steady, lipstick intact, eyes tired but alive. I smooth my dress, square my shoulders, lift my chin. The chef's stance returns, the one that commands a kitchen. I walk back toward the ballroom, heels clicking like a heartbeat. Every step feels steadier than the last. The noise grows louder, but so does my resolve. They can keep their polished approval. I've built something real with my own hands. Scars, burns, calluses, all proof of a life chosen, not inherited. And maybe that's worth more than any title. I take one last breath before stepping back into their world. This time, I'm not coming to belong. I'm coming to be seen. The ballroom glows with gold light and expensive laughter. Waiters weave through the crowd carrying trays of champagne. I catch the faint scent of lemon and salt in the air. Something feels wrong, too warm, too stagnant. My eyes move to the buffet table near the stage. Seafood towers shimmer beneath the crystal lights. Shrimp, oysters, crab claws, beautiful, perfect, and dying. I step closer, instincts sharpening like a blade. The ice beneath the platters is melting fast. Condensation drips down silver trays onto white linen. I touch the edge of one shrimp with my finger. It's lukewarm. My stomach twists. 40 minutes, maybe more, since the last refill. I flag down a young server passing by. How long have these been out? I ask quietly. She hesitates, eyes darting to her manager. Since setup, they told us not to touch it. My pulse spikes. This room is a ticking clock, and no one hears it. I scan the guests nearby, elderly relatives, children, a pregnant woman. I can already see the headlines. Mass food poisoning at high-profile wedding. No. Not here, not tonight. I approach the catering manager, a man with slicked hair and arrogance. Your seafood's above 40 degrees, I say. He doesn't look up from his clipboard. It's fine, the room's cool. It's not fine, I answer, sharper now. 40 minutes at room temperature is enough for bacterial growth. He rolls his eyes. Lady, I've been doing this for 20 years. So have I lie, matching his tone. But I know what Vibrio and Salmonella do to a crowd. He waves me off. Go enjoy the party, sweetheart. Sweetheart. The word burns hotter than the air around the buffet. I clench my jaw, force myself to breathe. Fine. If he won't listen, I'll find someone who will. I spot the venue manager near the entrance, tablet in hand. Her name tag reads Alina Waters. I stride toward her, heels clicking with purpose. Excuse me, I begin, steady and professional. There's a serious food safety issue with the seafood service. She blinks, caught off guard. Who are you? I pull my certification card from my clutch. Head chef at Mason Rue, certified food safety manager. Her brows rise. You're serious? Very. Those platters are above safe temperature limits. Alina glances toward the buffet, her expression tightening. We've had staff shortages all day, she murmurs. I follow her gaze to the catering team, fumbling in the kitchen doorway. This could shut the whole event down, she says. Or save 200 people from the ER, I counter. Something shifts in her eyes, respect, maybe relief. Come with me, she says. We move through the service corridor, the noise fatting behind us. For the first time tonight, someone's listening. For the first time tonight, I'm not just a guest. I'm exactly who I was meant to be. Alina leads me through a narrow hallway toward the kitchen doors. The hum of machines grows louder, mixed with voices and heat. Inside, chaos lives behind every polished plate of elegance. Cooks rush, trays clatter, orders fly like sparks in the air. Alina pulls out a thermometer from a drawer and hands it to me. Backup tool, she says, her voice low but urgent. I nod and slip into my familiar rhythm. Probe, record, confirm. The metal pierces a shrimp. Digital numbers climb too fast. 47. 50. 52. My breath freezes. I test another tray, same result. The seafood has crossed the danger zone hours ago. Alina's face drains of color as I show her the readings. This is unsafe, I tell her. Beyond repair. She looks toward the catering station nervously. The head chef won't take orders from guests. I'm not a guest, I reply. I'm a certified food safety manager. I take photos, time-stamped, each shot proof of negligence. Alina signs my notes without hesitation. We move deeper into the prep area. My eyes catch raw chicken stacked above cut vegetables. Dressings without date labels. A sink with no soap. One mistake I can forgive. This many means negligence. The head caterer storms over, face flushed and sweating. What do you think you're doing? He barks. Saving your career, I answer evenly. He grabs for my clipboard, and I step back. These readings are inaccurate, he growls. Check them yourself. I hand him the thermometer, steady and calm. He hesitates, then probes a shrimp. The screen flashes 52. Silence drops like a curtain. Alina folds her arms. She's right, she says quietly. His bravado cracks, replaced by something close to fear. I turn to the nearest cooks, their eyes wide. All seafood must be pulled immediately, I command. Store or discard, nothing served. They freeze, uncertain. Alina nods firmly. You heard the chef, pull it now. The word chef echoes, grounding me in my skin. I move through stations, checking storage, adjusting trays, giving orders. Raw chicken gets moved below the produce. Dressings labeled or tossed. Hands washed, surfaces sanitized, temperatures logged. The chaos bends toward control. The team begins to follow my pace, steady and precise. The caterer slumps against the counter, defeated. I don't gloat, there's no time. I'm already thinking of replacements for the seafood. But first, I need the dining hall safe. Alina whispers, we'll need to tell the family. My heart tightens. Telling them means another battle. But I've come too far to back down now. We'll do it together, I say, gathering my documentation. This isn't rebellion anymore. This is responsibility. And I will not let ignorance poison anyone tonight. We enter a small office near the reception area. My father stands inside, phone in hand, voice clipped with irritation. He turns the moment he sees me, brows furrowing. What is this nonsense about spoiled food? He demands. Elena closes the door behind us, calm but firm. There's a serious food safety violation, she says. My father scoffs, adjusting his cufflinks. I'm sure this is exaggerated. The caterers are professionals. I place the photos and temperature notes on the desk. 52 degrees Fahrenheit, I state. Seafood in the danger zone for over 40 minutes. He glances at the papers, unimpressed. It's just a few degrees, Scarlet. The way he says my name feels like a reprimand. Those few degrees can double bacteria every 20 minutes, I answer. People could end up hospitalized. He looks toward Elena. Are you seriously entertaining this? She meets his gaze, unwavering. Mr. Anderson, we could face liability if anyone gets sick. His expression falters for the first time. Elena continues, voice steady. Your daughter's documentation meets industry standards. My father straightens, jaw tight. So you're siding with her now? This isn't about sides, I interject. It's about preventing a health crisis. He turns on me, voice low and sharp. You will not embarrass this family tonight. The words hit like old bruises reopening. But this time I don't shrink. This isn't about embarrassment, it's about ethics. Elena glances between us, sensing the tension. I slide my certification card onto the table. This isn't a personal opinion, it's professional authority. For a moment, silence fills the room. The power shifts, subtle but undeniable. Elena clears her throat. We need to act immediately. Pull all seafood and alert the kitchen. My father opens his mouth, then closes it again. He knows he's outnumbered by logic and law. Elena nods toward me. Chef Anderson will supervise the transition. The title lands in the air like a gavel strike. My father's lips press together, pride and anger intertwined. He finally mutters, "Do what you think is best." It isn't surrender. It's reluctant acknowledgement. As we step out, Elena whispers, "That was brave." I exhale slowly, my pulse steadying. For the first time tonight, I feel unshakable. Not the daughter seeking validation, but the professional leading change. Back in the kitchen, I issue instructions with crisp precision. Staff move quickly, removing trays, sanitizing stations. The head caterer avoids my eyes, but follows orders. Elena speaks quietly to her team, aligning service flow. Within minutes, the toxic seafood is gone. The air feels cleaner, lighter, safer. I lean against the counter for a heartbeat. The hardest part is over, but the night isn't done. Now I have to replace the entire main course. And somehow, feed 200 guests before the music starts again. The kitchen hums with nervous energy and half-finished orders. I stand in the center, adrenaline steady, mind calculating. 200 guests. No main course. 35 minutes until service. Elena looks at me, eyes wide. What now? We cook, I reply. Something safe, something real. I clap my hands once, sharp as a command. Everyone, stop what you're doing. The room stills. We're building a new menu, I continue. Quick, efficient, elegant. A young cook raises a hand. With what ingredients? I grab a notepad and pen. Inventory, now. Check every cooler. 2 line cooks rush off. I hear drawers slam, fridge doors open. Elena hovers beside me, calm returning. We have chicken breast, 1 cook shouts. About 40 pounds. Good. Whole or cut? Boneless trimmed. Another voice joins in. Dry pasta, linguine and rigatoni. Vegetables. Carrots, asparagus, spinach, herbs. I nod, my mind assembling pieces. Okay, listen carefully. We'll do herb-roasted chicken with lemon beurre blanc. Handmade pasta with mushroom cream sauce. Seasonal vegetables sautéed to color. The cooks exchange uncertain glances. It's doable, I say louder this time. We're not just avoiding disaster. We're creating excellence. I assign stations. Protein Maria. Sauce Ben. Vegetables Claire. Pasta Liam. Everyone else prep and plating. Alina smiles faintly. You sound like you've done this before. I do it every night, I answer. But never for 200 uninvited critics. A ripple of nervous laughter breaks the tension. Move, I call, and the kitchen erupts into motion. Maria seasons chicken with lemon and herbs. Ben reduces cream and mushrooms to a silky base. Claire blanches vegetables, ice shocks them for color. I check temperatures, adjust pans, taste sauces. Every movement deliberate, efficient. The chaos turns rhythmic. Alina handles front of house, speaking to servers. Tell the guests we've adjusted for quality, she says. No mention of safety. Good. No panic. Just control. My phone buzzes with a message from Chef Marcus. How's the battlefield? I type back quickly. Fighting with flavor. He replies, stack plates high, use light, make it art. His voice in my head steadies me. I walk station to station, correcting, encouraging, leading. More color on that chicken. Hold the cream thicker. Taste before plating. Every second counts. I wipe sweat from my forehead, sleeves rolled, heartbeat calm. This is where I belong, under pressure, under heat. Someone's mother would call this chaos. I call it life. A timer beeps. Chicken hits temperature perfectly, juicy, safe, golden. I exhale, the first real breath in an hour. Alina, I shout, tell them we're ready. She appears at the door, relief in her smile. You did it. Not yet, I say, straightening my coat. Now we serve. Servers line up at the counter, trays polished. Faces tense. I inspect each plate as it passes under the warm lights. Golden chicken glistens under lemon sauce. Mushroom cream clings to ribbons of pasta like silk. Vegetables shine with just the right sheen of butter. Watch your spacing, I tell a line cook. Every plate tells a story, make it clean. The kitchen breathes together now, one heartbeat, one goal. Alina enters, whispering, guests are seated, time to go. I nod, pulse steady, hands firm. Let's feed them, I say, voice carrying over the clatter. The first wave of servers disappears through swinging doors. Silence hangs in their wake like a held breath. I pace near the prep table, wiping my hands on a towel. Alina joins me at the window, both of us watching. The ballroom sparkles beyond the glass, a sea of silver. Guests begin to taste, forks lifted, lips pressed in thought. One woman smiles, whispers to her husband. Another closes his eyes, savoring the first bite. A young server rushes back, eyes bright. Table 7 says it's the best chicken they've ever had. I exhale, laughter bubbling up, quiet but real. Good, I whisper, let's keep it that way. Plates keep moving, steady and graceful. No panic, no shouting, just precision. The team moves like dancers, fluid, confident. Even the caterer, who doubted me, follows, without hesitation. He meets my gaze once, nods silently, respect replacing pride. Alina returns from the floor, cheeks flushed. They're loving it, she says, every table. I glance toward the doorway, half afraid, half hopeful. Then the wedding coordinator takes the stage, microphone in hand. Her voice fills the hall, calm and clear. Ladies and gentlemen, before dessert, we'd like to acknowledge someone. My chest tightens as heads turn. Chef Scarlet Anderson, she continues, saved this evening. Applause starts softly, then grows, rolling through the room. Faces turn toward the kitchen window, searching. Elena nudges me forward, whispering, "Take a bow." I step out, heart hammering, smile trembling but true. My father sits near the head table, expression unreadable. Then slowly, deliberately, he raises his glass. Our eyes meet, years of distance collapsing into silence. He nods once, pride softening the edges of his gaze. I nod back, unable to speak. The applause swells, strangers calling my name. Not daughter. Not disappointment. Chef. Servers return, grinning, plates empty. Table 3 wants seconds, one says. Table 9 asked for recipes, another adds. The kitchen erupts in laughter, exhausted and proud. Elena clinks her glass against mine. To the woman who saved 200 guests from disaster. I smile, finally letting the moment in. For the first time in my life, I don't need anyone's permission to be proud. The ballroom echoes with music again, brighter than before. And somewhere in the noise, I finally hear my own worth. 6 months later, sunlight spills across my new office window. The plaque on the wall reads, Chef Scarlet Anderson, Consultant. My phone buzzes, with messages from venues and students. Elena texts, workshop ready, 15 managers confirmed. I smile, remembering the night everything changed. Not the fear, not the humiliation, but the moment I stood firm. That single decision rewrote my entire life. My parents attend my mother's retirement banquet this evening. Dad greets guests proudly, his voice steady and warm. "This is my daughter," he says. "She changed food safety in our city." I used to crave those words. Now they simply feel right. Mom hugs me quietly, whispering, "You taught us what respect means." The toast begins, and Dad raises his glass again. To the chef who proved integrity is the highest form of success. Applause ripples through the room, soft but full. I lift my own glass, smiling. No resentment, no longing, only peace. I see my reflection in the champagne's golden surface. The woman staring back stands tall, steady, whole. Finally, I am not seeking approval. I am living proof of my own worth.